A climate killer and one of the worst enemies of the planet, and it couldn't make Jim Inhofe more proud.
To Oklahoma's senior U.S. Senator, the insults validate his efforts to expose what he says are the lies and exaggerations of global warming alarmists. And the senator recently told our Oklahoma Impact team those efforts are finally paying off.
Public opinion is shifting, Senator Inhofe says, and recent polls show that to be true. A Pew Research Center poll last October showed Americans who believe there's solid evidence the Earth is warming had dropped from 71% to 57%. A Gallup poll this March showed Americans who feel the seriousness of global warming is being exaggerated had jumped from 31% to 48%. Numbers like those have Senator Inhofe feeling vindicated.
It was 8 years ago that I got involved in this whole global warming cap and trade thing.
At a recent town hall meeting in Perry, Senator Inhofe gave voters his thoughts on a variety of hot topics, including the one for which he has taken intense heat.
I was called the worst person, well, the most dangerous man on the planet. That's what they called me at that time.
And here's why.
For the past hour and a half or so, I've offered compelling evidence that catastrophic global warming is a hoax.
Those words in July 2003 thrust Senator Inhofe into a position few, if any, other elected officials had publicly staked out: global warming denier. Not only was Inhofe saying global warming is not being caused by human activity, he was saying global warming isn't happening at all.
And I have to say it was miserable for about 6 years because I was the only one out there.
He was ridiculed, dismissed. Even his own granddaughter questioned his thinking.
He said, why is it that you don't understand global warming? It's my granddaughter.
Then, on the eve of the big climate change conference in Copenhagen last December, came ClimateGate, the scandal that gave not just avowed skeptics, but the general public reason to question the consensus on global warming. Hacked emails between top climate change scientists talked about using a statistical trick to hide a decline in temperatures, about keeping papers that contradict their conclusions out of the UN climate report, and about the current lack of warming not fitting with their global warming theory. Follow-up investigations have cleared the scientists and the science, but Senator Inhofe says his own investigation shows otherwise.
ClimateGate is real.
The science behind global warming, he says, has been cooked.
After what has been exposed now, I can't imagine there's anyone out there who really does believe.
But there are many who still believe.
The globe is definitely warming.
State climatologist Gary McManus is one of them, despite ClimateGate.
I took that controversy very seriously, and I did look through all the documents.
McManus says the emails reflect poor decisions by a few scientists at one lab, but don't mean all the temperature data has been cooked.
And we can clearly see a trend upwards as we go through the 20th century.
He says the science has been verified independently at research labs around the world.
Overwhelmingly, that science reports that the Earth has been warming, and the cause is mainly the increased concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere.
Inhofe calls that alarmist rhetoric. He says the emails exposed the global warming lie. And in a signature Inhofe moment captured on the web, the conservative Tulsan told Environment and Public Works Chair Barbara Boxer the issue is now settled.
That's over, gone, done, we won, you lost, get a life.
Icing on the cake was an unusually heavy winter storm that allowed Inhofe's visiting family to build an igloo not far from the Capitol.
We've won that battle.
Back in Perry, Inhofe again proclaims victory, one he says he's been fighting for years.
Everything you found out in ClimateGate on how they're cooking the science, I said on the Senate floor back then. Now I've been vindicated.
Public opinion may be shifting more in line with Senator Inhofe's views, but his views are still in the minority. Numerous polls, including one conducted just 3 weeks ago, show the majority of Americans believe global warming is not a hoax and that human activity is at least in part the cause. For Oklahoma Impact, I'm Alex Cameron.
Thank you, Alex. And we want to know what you think. Is global warming fact or fiction? Go to our website, news9.com, to get us your opinion, and we'll announce the results on News 9 this morning.